Sometimes, even when a photo trip has been seemingly well planned out, it can leave you a little less than satisfied. As a visitor, you're at an inherent disadvantage not shared by local photographers who've had the time to explore and discover amazing and perhaps even some of the best vistas and locations from which to obtain potentially great images. When you've only got a few days or even hours, you've got to do your due diligence and hope for a little added luck. We also found ourselves wisely reminded of the importance of letting go of chasing so-called golden hour, which in our case was Friday and Saturday night. We did, however, end up with a delightful and unexpected Saturday night surprise that easily became the highlight of our weekend. More on that a little later. But first, let's back up to what originally inspired us to make the 6-hour drive to spend the weekend in LA. Autumn of 2022, my artist buddy Patrick and I hit the road for a few days with our film cameras to the Palm Springs Joshua Tree area of southeastern California. We had such a great time that this year we decided to drive even further west for a weekend in LA. While we certainly planned to tote along film cameras, I also thought it'd be a perfect opportunity to finally put my little Fuji X-S20 through its paces, both for photo and also to use to document most of this video. In the end, I also settled on bringing along my beloved Mamiya 645 medium format film camera. Just past Palm Springs, we couldn't help it. We had to pull over and check out the Cabazon dinosaurs. Maybe someone can tell me in the comments whether or not they let you sit in the T-Rex's mouth anymore. Big kudos to Patrick for scoring this 11th floor loft we stayed in overlooking Sunset Boulevard. The view from this tiny balcony was certainly wild, even if I'm pretty sure we weren't exactly supposed to be out here. Worth the risk for this view though. For those that have never been, or if you're anything like myself, a stroll down Hollywood Boulevard is people watching extraordinaire, exceedingly more interesting than the stars on the sidewalk. That said, for a Friday afternoon, the foot traffic was light. Same could not be said for the ever-building rush hour auto traffic.
Salió el sol y yo quiero comer tu boca de desayuno. Un wake and bake y un mañanero pa' que me eleve como el humo. Chori, qué bien te queda ese bikini. Bebé, contigo yo me voy sin mini.
After nearly an hour battling that slow LA traffic crawl that tests your patience, we finally wound our way up to Elysian Park, just in time for a mind-bending sunset. Angel's Point was unexpectedly quiet, almost as if its former days as an Instagram hotspot were a memory. And as the light further shifted and faded to blue, I wondered if the city revealed a side easy to miss. For a moment, the usual noise and motion had faded into the background, and everything felt strangely intentional. And And it was here that Pat netted what I personally thought was the best image of the weekend. More on that later.
Dale, vente, contigo es diferente y qué rico se siente.
Santa Monica sunset turned out a somewhat middling golden hour destination. Not too much to see here like most LA beaches. I filmed the experience. Patrick actually got good photos, go figure. Pier was lively, people were present, apparently unlike precious metals just underfoot. My video documenting humanity, Patrick's photos capturing it well. Sunset happened, Patrick gets wicked shots, we moved on. When I think of downtown LA, I picture sharp edges and sleek ambition. That steel and glass rising into the sky like they're competing for attention. Those clean lines, mirror finishes, everything screaming purpose and polish. But just a few blocks away, everything shifts. Broadway Street feels like a different era entirely. It's raw, gritty, unfiltered. The sidewalks are cracked, the buildings are faded, and the neon signs buzz like they've seen decades come and go. We both almost at the same time mentioned this was almost reminiscent of 1980s New York City, except with palm trees. Super cool. And I had my Fuji with me the whole time, mostly shooting video, and for once I wasn't chasing the perfect still image. Not trying to catch golden hour or frame that just right light. And that ended up being the best thing about it. Because instead of focusing on the shot, I was just present, letting the camera roll, letting the moment unfold. that unexpected stretch of Broadway, with all its grit, neon, lowrider, and attitude, it ended up easily being the highlight of our entire weekend. I'd like to take a minute and talk about my buddy Patrick. I already knew he was a wonderful artist, but on this trip I quickly came to realize that he had an eye for the kind of images that told a story beyond the obvious. In our short time here, whenever he lifted his camera, he captured the places we went with a particular splendor. Never hesitating, never second guessing, wherever we went, he seemed to sense the rhythm of everything around us. His simple, but in his hands, highly effective Canon Rebel was always at the ready, so quick to frame those moments that easily slipped away from me busy trying to film everything. His lens truly found beauty in the unexpected. But out of countless shots, I thought this was his best. Two friends, a perfect sunset, and that iconic LA view. His image reminds us that the most profound moments are often found in simple connections. Thanks so much for watching. See you again soon.